we're gonna try and wrap it up today. So I have with us our crew. We got Marius, we got Percival, and we got the Spirit, Masca slash. I actually forgot what the other name was, so we'll just call you Masca. Was it Acedia or Sadia?
We're just gonna call you Mosca. What was her name?
I know. Anyway, when we last left off, we did not play last week, mostly because of technical issues and whatnot. But when we last left off, Marius was, I guess, setting up an ambush for somebody? Would be the way to explain it? Trying to set up an ambush for someone, while Acedia slash Mosca was busy stealing everything in the game known imaginable except an anvil. And Percival was meeting with a random Tevinter Magister who, on the behest of Marius, and was about to leave that meeting when all of a sudden there was a massive explosion.
Yeah, I think I was on my way back or something, but yeah, approximately.
And the explosion could be heard full wide. All of you hear this, no matter where you are in Cumberland, especially in the tourney grounds, in the West Bank area, in the North Banks. And that explosion, you see just like a pylon of smoke just starting to rise within the city. And immediately everybody starts screaming and hollering and shouting, "No, not again! What's going on?" What do you all do?
Well, I think it's in Percival's nature to first see if he can calm everyone down from starting a panic and stampede, and then see if he can get to the location.
Sounds good. Go ahead and try to do that.
All right. Would that just be communication or a persuasion check?
This would be... Yeah, I'm going to go with communication persuasion.
Okay, let's hit it. Everyone, calm down. Don't hurt anyone on your way out.
But what if it's another Kirkwall?
Well, then proceed quickly, but carefully.
Proceed quickly but carefully. Oh, God. I mean, you're out in the street right now, right?
Right. So I'm attempting that, but after a brief attempt, I am moving along.
Yes. Where are you heading?
Towards the fire.
Okay. Marius, what about you? What are you doing?
So where from the 20 grounds was the explosion?
It was within the city, in the West Bank itself.
Yeah, I'll start heading towards where it happened.
And you see this pile up, smoke just rising. It seems like it's coming further near the dock area, but you're not really sure. And there's city watch guards, and a couple of the Templars are already out in force. They have their swords drawn, and they shout, everybody, calm down. We'll get to the bottom of this." And people are already shouting, "It's another Kirkwall," and everyone's panicking. It is pandemonium almost. Because what happened in Kirkwall about a year ago is fresh in the minds of many.
Naturally. Half the people are from there.
Some of them are, yes. Acedia, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Acedia's I don't give a shit. Okay. Percival, you finally find the source of the smoke, and you're shocked. It is the Broken Ore Tavern.
Really? The tavern?
Yeah, the one that you were in just yesterday.
Well, I have to save them now.
You already noticed that they are, there's a water bucket line that's trying to knock out, the fire and whatnot, and, it's, the tavern just looks like it's a husk at this point, almost.
Oh dear. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly look around and see if anyone in there is in danger that needs rescue.
I mean, you'd get super close, but then you have like a couple of city guards saying, hold on, we got it under control, nobody's in there.
That's good, that's good.
We got
Did you see what happened?
just exploded out of nowhere. We got one survivor at least. A couple people died, few escaped. One survivor from the kitchen.
That's good, that's good. Let's see. I'm here to help in any manner that I can.
Grab a bucket and start throwing water.
And so I will.
You do that. Marius, you eventually arrive and see the same thing.
I'll just hang back and let people do it. I'll watch.
Yeah, the crowd that is gathered has grown incredibly large. Marius, do a perception, please. Yeah, it's too dark and smoky. You can't really make out anybody like significant in the crowd, but you just see like a lot of movement in the front where it looks like there's a lot of volunteers just literally making a bucket line near the harbor and grabbing water and just tossing it into the fire to try and knock it out as quickly as possible. And everybody's giving them a wide berth so they can do their job. The city guards are also coordinating it as much as possible. Percival, you are actually on this line and helping with that. Can you please do a perception check?
All right. Yeah, a little better.
You're a little busy. You grab a bucket, toss it. Grab a bucket, toss it. Grab a bucket, toss it. You know, the flames are licking on your face. Eventually, they start dying out, and mostly it's just more smoke than fire at this point.
Mm-hmm.
After that, the City Watch says, "Okay, everybody, it looks like it's under control. You could all leave. We'll get to the bottom of this. Do not panic. Do not panic."
All right. So I believe they said that they rescued a couple people from the tavern, probably like the tavern keeper and such. I'm just gonna go there and make sure that they're okay.
Actually, the only person you see that's kind of shivering and looks like there's soot on her face is the barmaid. You remember her, Clara?
Okay. So I'll go over to Clara.
She says he's gone.
Oh my dear, what happened?
It was just... It's Adela, called her fault. It just... Explosion in the kitchen. I ran out as fast as I could. But he was in there. Octa was in there.
Oh dear. Well, at least you're safe.
And she starts crying, like, sniffling at the thought. Like, oh, no. What happened? Why?
Nobody seems to know yet. At least the fire is out.
Can you do a communication investigation, please?
Sure thing. I don't have investigation, but I do have communication, and I also rolled not too hot. The 12.
Okay. She kind of goes on and on, really, about like what happened. Like, and it seems like she doesn't really remember what happened. Like a lot of the clientele in the city, because of the grand tourney, has been, very colorful. But, other than that, like, nothing was really unusual. Like, Octav was kind of just doing his thing, like, as he normally does with the bar. And if you have any other questions, please ask.
I mean, that seems to kind of be the extent of it. Nothing seemed odd. Octave was in the back. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. So, at least from her perspective, it seems mysterious.
Yes. And she literally asked you straight up, "But how did this happen? It was magic, wasn't it?"
No, of course not. It's a kitchen. Something could always light on fire.
But not explode like this.
Well, you've got me there, but rest assured, they're on the city watch. They're on the case. They'll find out what happened. You should rest.
Marius, what are you doing?
Is there anyone hanging back like me, just watching?
Oh yeah, there's like
Okay.
there's like several dozen people, hangers on, that are watching still, even though the city watch is trying to push them away.
Trying not to be seen, sort of thing.
Oh, perception, please. You can't see them if they are there. You notice. Yeah, you can't see them.
We're just all so blind.
You actually, well, there's one thing that I would say for you, Marius. And you notice you hear like some people rumbling. Oh God, it's all the damn mages' fault. I knew we shouldn't have brought the mages' meadow back, especially after Kirkwall. How do we know it was them? Obviously, it was them. Of course, they're gonna cause this damage. It's always the fucking mages. And the crowd is starting. The folks that are still here in the crowd are starting to get a little bit antsy.
Can I see any of the people that I knew were staying at the inn?
The tavern doesn't really have like a lot of like rooms and whatnot that you're aware of, so you don't really know who was staying there.
Oh no, it was the other one that the dwarves were staying at.
Yeah, the dwarfs are in like the rich district. This is not where that blew up.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll just hang back, keep an eye on everything, even though he's not saying anything.
And and then like the crowd starts getting like more fervorous and fervorous, and one guy says, "You know what? We should just round up all those damn mages and start questioning them." I'm so sorry, by the way. And it's like, yeah, let's do it. We gotta go find them. Are they out in the tent city? Let's just get them all. They're probably all coming from like fucking Tevinter anyway. Look for anybody with an accent.
Well, if they're shouted that out loud, I will at least try my best to hold back their anger for a moment and go, Wait! The City Watch is doing an investigation. They'll find the truth of the matter.
Wait, this guy's talking against us. Why is he not part of the crowd? Get him!
Well, that actually depends on what you roll, so go ahead.
Alright, I'm going to assume persuasion, right?
Yes, please.
Hey, 16.
His words anger and confuse us!
Theta, just play sentient crowds in the future. That's what you need to do. You're great.
Yes, that's amazing. You have 3 stunt points. I would use them.
Let's take a look at what we got. Let's check out roleplay stuns. Well, sway the crowd is in fact there.
Yeah, that's I would.
So that sounds like the way to go.
He says, but you, I was there at Kirkwall. One guy speaks up. I saw what they did to the chantry there. We can't let them do that here. We can't let them start like this again.
So you think there's a mage rebellion happening in that tavern? Really? You think that they're taking out their anger on the local beer establishment? What
Who
a
else?
fool!
But who else would do this?
There can always simply be accidents.
As you guys are arguing, all of you notice a large contingent of Kunari suddenly literally stroll up the street, and the city watch actually tries to hold them off, but the leader just looks at them and then they let them go because they're like, all right, we don't want to fuck with you guys or something like that. And the Kunari are now going very near the damage and very near the rubble and the ashes of the tavern, as if they're investigating it.
Very interesting.
After about 20 minutes of them doing that, you see a couple of them pick up what looks like pieces. You assume it's pieces of wood. You can't really tell. But they have little bits that they grab, and they come back to their leaders, or the leader guy that's holding off the city guards. They nod, and then they just start walking away. It's what the hell is that? What's going on?
I will.
You hear people shouting, and the mob that's saying round up all the mages and whatnot. That's kind of just disappeared after you said yeah, I guess they wouldn't go after a tavern, would they? Well, then who did it?
Let's see.
Or was it really an accident?
Remind me real quick. Kunari just speak their own language, or
they can speak the trade tongue as well, but you have to find somebody who does. You have no way of knowing if they do or not.
Right. I'll give it a shot. I'll try to approach the Kunari as they're leaving.
Okay, what do you say to them?
I'll look up and ask. What have you found? Please. What's going on? Do you know?
The Kunari you're speaking to completely ignores you as they move about. And as you ask, I guess assume you ask another one or something like that. Eventually, this contingent stops. And by the way, I should point out there's about 12 of them.
Mm-hmm.
They stop, and some of them look like they're ready to draw weapons. But then, I guess the leader holds up his hands, and he looks at you, he's looking down at you, and he says, "What are you?"
I'm Percival Donovan, and I've heard your name. I believe you're Drun, are you not?
He actually looks shocked by that. And he says, "Yes."
Please, tell me, what did you find there?
Why it is your concern?
Well, because I had plenty of good times in there the other night. I'm concerned for the people who were there. And you could have done this to them.
Ooh.
Yeah! Genuine empathy. Didn't see that coming, did you?
Roll. Roll. Fuck, I don't know what to roll here. It's either
persuasion.
It's either communication, persuasion, or willpower, empathy.
I'll go with persuasion because that's what I'm actually good at. I know how to use my rhetoric. Only get a 12, but 12's pretty okay.
Droon does not look convinced.
Mm.
But maybe he is, who knows. Nope, he's not.
Ah, dang. I use a force point.
Wrong game.
Hero point.
Fate point.
Wrong game. Wrong
Luck.
game. Wrong game.
H point.
Favorite skill reroll.
Focus.
Knack.
Actually, it would be a talent.
Ah, dang.
There you go. Droon actually says it is Kunari matter. That is all you will know, human.
Well, it's clearly more of the matter for everyone else now, isn't it? People are going up in flames. there's any way for us to put a stop to this, if someone is going to do this again, well, we should know. We should do something about it.
And we shall take care of it.
Hey, this guy said they're gonna do it again.
Was it the Canary? I hear they have some good explosives or something.
This guy said the Canary are up to it.
Wait, did you actually shout that out?
Yeah.
What? How do you know that? Wait, how do you even hear this conversation? You're not even there.
But he just says that anyway, because he's trying to blame the Canary to get them kicked out. He doesn't like him.
I mean, he can see the Canary, right? And he's shown through multiple sessions now. He's trying to get the Canary.
Hey,
So
okay, I need you to roll.
I need the victims. Is that why they're searching the rubble?
I need you to roll a cunning. Yeah, roll a cunning. Kunari lore.
Me?
Yes.
I mean, it's a scared mob. They're gonna do whatever.
Marius, you know this. The Kunari do have explosive powders that they nickname Gatlock. And those explosive powders are, you've seen them mostly military battles from their ships and going up against, the Tevinter Imperium. And you're thinking now, with the Kunari there, maybe that's what actually happened? But the only way you'll know for sure is if you actually investigate it yourself.
Yeah, but he doesn't really care if it's true or not.
I know.
Yelling out.
So you just shout, "They got explosives! Get them!"
Are they checking the victims? They're checking, make sure the victims are dead? Is that why they're checking the rubble? Get them!
The city guards say, "We're not going up against the Oxlord guys. Why are we doing that? We're not going to do that."
We have a mad crowd here. We can take them.
Roll a communication persuasion.
Leadership.
Yeah, go ahead. That crowd that was like about 20 minutes ago, like ready to like go after mages, is like, I don't want to fight the Kunari. They're pretty big. Look how big they are.
Wins.
You'll suck at riling a crowd.
Percival, he says to you, it is a matter for the Kunari, and we will stop them.
If it's so much of a personal matter, then I have to ask, why were your men following me before anyway?
He doesn't say anything and just continues walking.
Not gonna get much more out of him for right now. Man, if only I had someone who could scout and spy for me. If only I could make the request to keep their eyes on someone. But no, I am but alone and with a strange mage who I'm hoping does not happen to cause another riot.
See, in my mind, I was thinking it'd be funny if Acedia walked by, like, took off all their stuff so they looked like a normal person, and then pretended the Kunari just killed them. Like, just fall off to the side. This man's dead! Because I am dead.
Oh yeah, you could just play possum very convincingly, couldn't you?
The Kunari just killed that guy!
That is pretty funny, but, yeah.
So I guess that leaves you wondering. So, at least in Percival's mind, he hasn't heard about the explosive theory yet, but...
No.
Someone just exploding as a mage? Does that happen? I don't think so.
Roll a magic.
Yeah. 17.
How the fuck do you get a 17 on that?
I have +2 magic for some reason, by the way.
You know of the spell Walking Bomb, but it doesn't cause, like, buildings to go on fire.
Right, this seems outside the scope of magic, or at least beyond what anyone would really do.
And really the only way you're going to figure this out is if you actually get a chance to investigate the ruins of the ore.
Assuming the Kunari didn't, just take something vital to the investigation.
Right.
Also, you never pointedly asked, hey, what were you cooking for breakfast?
Oh, yeah, we were cooking with explosive beers. Oh.
Hey, there are combinations of food-related items that can explode under high temperatures.
But would they explode to the point where they will cause the entire place to go on fire?
That depends on combustion. Also depends on what the materials are being stored in. Say that they're in a barrel, right, and the barrel catches on fire.
Well, if you push your neutron control rod deep into the matter, then you could reach critical mass pretty quickly.
Yeah, but do they have graphite tips?
Well, I mean, if you weaponize them too, sure.
Well, no. I just mean if you're trying to lower costs by tipping your neutron
Going
rods with
cheap on
graphite
my
tips.
nuclear dirty bomb.
Anyway,
Yeah, I suppose I'll go back to the tavern briefly and see, can I investigate around? I imagine the guards would probably actively be against that.
they're trying to, but, you see Marius with the crowd shouting, the Kunari did it, and the crowd's like, we're not going after the Kunari.
I'm just going to go over to Marius. I'm just going to give him a shake. What are you doing?
They did it. You're a good talker.
You are an
Convince the
absolute
crowd.
fool, Marius.
What?
How?
But is it
Why? Would you know any of those things? They came
because
here to investigate, and suddenly you think they're the
Yeah.
ones who've done it?
they came
What
here to
foolishness.
investigate the dead bodies they killed?
Marius, have you seen what's going on here?
Oh, God.
You
Not
know the
really.
truth.
A bomb went off, I guess. Something, maybe.
Look, if it wasn't mages and if it wasn't Kunari, then who was it? We gotta blame somebody.
Orlesians!
Fuck the Orlesians.
Stop riling them up, Marius. They'll actually hurt somebody at this rate.
Someone shouts, my wife's been mugged.
Are you certain it was some sort of explosive?
Nobody's certain.
Well, I'm asking Marius.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it certainly looks like it was an explosive of some type.
If so, then who has that capacity here?
Canary.
Seems unlikely to me.
Mages.
We traveled with them in the first place.
Anyone with a large amount of lyrium.
I think I know very well that no magic could do this.
Dwarves, maybe. Runes, I guess.
But why would they blow up a tavern?
Didn't like the barkeep. Gave him bad ale. I don't know.
A little bit extreme. They do have weapons.
It's the fermentation process. It's to blame.
Would you guys like to investigate the smoldering ruins?
Sure.
Hey, those two guys are entering the ruins. They did it.
Always return to the scene of the crime.
Alright, I need you to roll... Give me a perception searching. Let's see if you can actually see anything.
It's specifically that guy who's trying to rile us up. And that other guy who's trying to not rile us up.
Well, I don't see anything with these eyes, that's for sure.
Marius, you got stun points.
Do I succeed, though?
Do I what?
Do I succeed?
You think you see something.
That makes me wonder.
It looks like you notice that where the where the secondary kitchen, where it seems like a lot of the rubble and the blowback of the explosion was. You found what looks like a twisted lump of iron that's just jutting out of the rubble, and looks like it's maybe the center of the explosion. And what makes you wonder about that is the fact that it looks like it looks like what it could have been a stove, but it looks like it's been melted. Which doesn't make sense because everything around it, like all the rubble, all the destruction there, doesn't look like it's been burned or anything like magic. It looks like this was like a natural like explosion of some kind. So you're really kind of confused by that.
Someone tried to cook with diesel. I don't know. What do you think, Constable?
Never seen a oven explode like that before.
Do you guys have any cunning rolls that might help you here?
No, I have military lore and heraldry. Unless military lore covers explosives.
Roll the military lore.
14. Not bad.
I mean, okay, so the way this thing looks like, and you notice like how everything else almost looks like it's been like exploded from the inside. There's only a few things that you can think of that could theoretically do this. Most of them are literally siege weapons type of explosives here. But the fact that it was in like a concentrated space and that the fire damage is really not that big as big as it looked with like the constant smoke and fire that you saw, makes you think that it was not like any large weapon that could do this at all. At the very least, it looks like it was something small and compact.
Maybe more like just an iron hand grenade or something larger than that still.
Maybe larger than a hand grenade, but like definitely some sort of small explosive would do it. Something of that caliber. What cunnings do you have, Marius?
Just historical lore.
Go ahead and roll it. You cannot think, Marius, you don't know of anything that could do this other than black powder from the Kunaris, because you've actually experienced and seen it previously. The problem, though, is an explosion like this coming from the Kunari is not their style. This is more like Tal Vashoth or like fucking rogues or renegade stuff. This seems like it was either a very well-planned operation or somebody screwed up royally, but you can't tell which. But this is not Kunari.
Could have been one of their spies.
No, the spies would not do something like this. They would be more indirect with sabotage, and they would not use the black powder for it. Remember, they use the black powder for military applications. They don't use it to hit civilians. And just based off of your like history with them, you know that this is, you're like 90% sure this is Kunari black powder. But now the question is, how the hell did it get here?
I imagine there's not a thriving trade of Kunari black powder in town.
Marius can tell you this. They don't trade it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that
must have taken it.
Yeah, somebody smuggled this here, more than likely, is the idea.
I can take a guess who did it.
Are you going to say the Kunari?
I was going to say the Purifiers.
Ooh.
Yeah, it could still be the Kunari. You don't know. Just watch yourselves, people.
What do you say? Did you actually say the Purifiers to Percival?
No.
Okay. Well, seems like we're a little bit of a loss then. It could be black powder, but anyone could have smuggled it in. There's so many people in town. So many outsiders. It's not like we could go searching every tent either.
I'm sure whoever smuggled it is probably inside this rubble.
We at least know the means, but the why still eludes me. Why a tavern?
Maybe this was the meeting spot between two groups, or the target was here, or it was just an accident. Someone put the wrong thing inside the oven and it went boom.
I guess I'll just cook my black powder for a few minutes. That'll give it some extra flavor.
Yeah, they could have thought it was pepper or something.
Alright. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue talking with people. And I think that's what old Percival's gonna get up to. He's gonna go ahead and go around and see if he can talk to people who've been at the tavern and just see what he can figure out and learn just by talking and investigating. Which is probably a bit of a shot in the dark.
Alrighty.
Yeah, like the eyewitness, who I've already gotten as much as I could out of.
Do you want? Oh, you mean the one you asked no questions about?
I did. They didn't notice anything strange. Or I could go back to them and ask them about the oven, I suppose.
Yeah,
You got
You
her
can try.
story. You asked her no questions.
yeah. He's right. You did not ask any questions at all.
Alright, well, now I've done some investigating. Let's go back and I'll go ahead and see how she's doing.
She is still she still looks a little traumatized. It looks like there's a guard that is consoling her at the moment. But she's like, I don't know if I can go home tonight.
If you need safety, I could try to do what I can to provide it for you.
I don't know. I think I should be okay. It's just so much at once, you know? It's just...
If you don't mind, I think there's a few things that I've learned, and maybe you could help me just one more time, if that's okay.
I would love to, but the cat's in the way. No.
Oh, right. Never mind then. I guess we'll close the investigation down.
No, in all seriousness, go ahead and roll another communication investigation.
Okay.
And then actually ask questions.
Alright, I got a 13. I got like 3 stunt points here. And I'll go ahead and ask, so this occurred in the kitchen and you were only one other person there. Was anything being cooked at the time, by the way?
Well, I mean, I was in the main kitchen, just getting stuff ready for the evening rush. But then, like, it was in the smaller, like the secondary back kitchen, the one that we usually use when we have like a lot of people. Octave was in there. He was doing his thing, getting the stove fired up, and then all of a sudden exploded. I hear this massive boom, an explosion, and fire all over the place. But I'll go ahead. You have another question?
Oh, I guess I'm just thinking about Octave now. I noticed when he came in before, he seemed very concerned and worried. Was he fired before?
Octave's the owner. You're talking about Paulie.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Paulie. So Octave, the owner, was back there. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, Paulie actually did show up yesterday, as you saw. And, they had their argument. After a while, he just left. But
what did they argue about, anyway? What's up with Paulie?
I mean, Paulie says he quit, but, like, the way I remember it is he got fired by Octave. Something about... I don't know, something about Paulie has changed lately. I can't really put my finger on it. Like, he's still friendly, but he keeps begging for the job back. And he always seems nervous.
Huh. That's strange. He keeps coming and going all the time.
Yes, yeah, it is.
What is that about? Was it a busy day yesterday?
Yes, we had like at our peak, we had like 40 people in the tavern.
And was Polly managing the back kitchen?
Octav was managing the back kitchen, yes.
All right, the previous day.
He usually mends the kitchen. I'm usually up in the front. It was just we were getting prepped for everything.
Mhm.
We only had a few patrons, so it was easy to do so. And we had one of the other girls that was in the front at the moment.
So only a few people who could possibly know anything. Octav's not here anymore. We have all the help you provided, and I thank you. I guess the only one left you might know would be Paulie then.
Yes. You don't think Paulie did this, do you?
I don't know, but if anyone would have any idea, he's the only last person to know. After that, we'd have to start asking the god themselves. Do you know where he lives?
He had he had a house that's like, I want to say maybe like 4 blocks away from here. If you go up the street.
So none too far then.
No, but hopefully he's there. I hope he has nothing to do with this, though. That would be horrible. Over a job?
It would be petty to say the least, if so. Still, thank you again for all of your help. I'm going to try to find Paulie's home.
Marius, where are you?
He's gonna. Are the Canaries still here, or did they leave?
Oh, they
Oh, they
left.
left.
They left.
He's gonna head back to where they're staying, where Marius and I are staying.
Okay, you head back to the tents. So we'll do Percival first. You head down the street to, based off the directions that Clara told you.
Mm-hmm.
You eventually come to the place that you believe is Paulie's.
All right. I'm just going to go ahead and knock loudly on the door.
Nobody answers.
Paulie! Paulie, are you in there?
Nobody answers.
I'm gonna check the door. Is it actually unlocked?
The door is locked.
Okay. What kind of house is this anyway? Is it like a fully small house, or like an apartment with a single door, or what? What's going on?
It's closer to an apartment with a single door. It looks a little bit ramshackly. You know, it's not like you're in the dock district, so everything is like pretty gaudy. You know, not good looking.
Okay.
Keep petting the cat.
You know, I've got my own suspicions, and I can explain things later. I'm gonna go ahead and just put my foot through the door.
Okay. Roll a
Might.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that would be fitting here.
22. It's 6 twice. I think it's gone.
You just tap the door lightly with your foot and it explodes in massive amount of splinters. And like the door is now wide open.
All right. I go in.
I mean, you go in and it looks like it's crazy, but it looks like nobody's been living here for a couple of days now.
Strange.
see a
Oh.
fully burnt out candle on a small table, small wooden table,
Mhm.
and you see a straw mattress that looks like it hasn't been laid in a few days.
Strange. Is there? I suppose I'm looking around, and I guess I'm looking for bomb materials, notes that might be left behind, or any sort of thing that's informative about what's been going on with this person and why they're not here anymore.
Perception.
Asking me to roll something I can't do. Hey, 9.
You notice there's like a half-eaten tangerine for some reason.
I don't suppose I could use the stunt points.
I mean, you could try.
Let's see if there's 4 points of something here that could help me out. Immediately make another perception check at no cost. Use a different focus from the first.
Hey, for those of you that have cats, how do you stop them from headbutting you?
Stop petting them.
Throw them out a window. I don't know.
Put them on the floor. I don't let my cats in my room, so that's my solution.
To be fair, this is first off, it's my roommate's cat, and I have the door open because it's too hot in here if I close it, so I have no choice in that matter.
I bought a register boost, so I just get more air in the room.
Yeah. And every time I'm like doing this, like he just like wants, she wants affection and starts headbutting my hand and my face. It's so cute, but at the same time.
All right. So with 3 sun points, I can do immediate another roll to discover more information about my surroundings or the object of my test.
Go ahead.
Let's see if I can roll. Nope.
That
First roll does not have good eyes.
That tangerine does look good.
Huh. But it's old. It's just been sitting out here the whole time.
You find, I mean, the strangest thing you find is like what looks like a couple of envelopes.
Oh, there we go.
And a couple of scribbled pieces of paper. But when you read them, it's just literally him like trying to say, it seems like he's writing an "I'm sorry" note.
Well, that doesn't seem good. I am now highly suspicious of this individual, and now I need to figure out where he's gone. The lead at his house is dead, unfortunately.
Marius, you go back to the tent. Like it seems like the purifiers and a lot of people are on high alert. Other people, it looks like they're standing vigil right now and standing guard. When you get back in, you notice that there's somebody sleeping in your tent.
Hello?
They don't answer.
Oh, kick him.
You kick the person. They don't move. It looks like a dwarf.
Are they breathing?
You check, and then when you get closer, you realize their throat's been slit.
Which dwarf is it?
Roll a cunning, because you might have seen this one before. This is Eldrick. The dwarf that actually asked you to try and help solve the dispute between the 2 leaders from Orzammar. He's dead for some reason in your tent.
Why is he in my tent? What? No. How many people were outside? How many purifiers are outside the tent, sort of thing, patrolling around?
You see a decent amount of City Watch and a few of the Templars that are patrolling, and a couple other people. But things have quieted down after the past hour and a half.
Dwarves are about 4 feet tall.
Yeah, about 4 feet tall. Yeah.
How much would they weigh, roughly?
What's your strength?
1.
You try lifting the body. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you're looking at like a 200 plus pounds of like stout muscle.
I'm gonna take a quick pat down of the body, looking for any documents, and then quick scan the room to see if there's anything pointing towards any of us that killed him.
You check the body, but it looks like nothing is missing. That's the strange part. Like, you find like a pouch filled with like 30 gold. You
Well, I'm
find
not really caring about what's missing. I'm more so if there's anything additional that may point towards us doing it.
no, you don't. As far as you're aware, you can't really find anything that would point to you doing it. I mean, all you find is just you just see like the blood seeping from his neck onto what's left of your like mat, your bedrolls and whatnot, and that's it.
Cool. I'm going to leave and I'm going to go to the tavern where the dwarves are staying.
Okay. You head to the tavern. Go ahead.
The exploded inn, is that on the way to the tavern or is that different direction?
Different direction.
Yeah, okay.
So you head to the diamond.
Yeah.
I think it was the diamond. I forget the name. Anyway, should have wrote it down. And the front desk is there. She says, "Sorry, there's no visitors at this hour. Especially, did you hear there was an explosion?"
Yes, I'm looking for Lord Clangdroll or Lord Gustrick.
Oh, the Orzammar contingent.
Yes.
Yeah, they're here, but why do you need to speak to them?
20 business. I'm on their team, just to...
She looks surprised and she says, "You're on their team? I thought they were only with dwarves."
We're advising and assisting.
Roll a bluff.
I mean, technically we are.
Well, you still have to roll a communication anyway, just to try and convince it.
You're just making me roll bad so I can get shit happen
I-
to me.
I can't help you with that. I'm sorry. She says, I'm sorry but because of what happened earlier, we will not summon them for the evening. But I can take a message, if you wish."
Can I just wait in the bar area?
No, the lounge is closed.
Okay. Never mind, it can wait. Actually, well, let them know that whatever name you said before,
Eldrick.
Eldrick, that Eldrick had decided to return to Orzammar.
I will relay that message. And who are you?
Percival.
Thank you very much, Mr. Percival, and we will relay the message.
Thank you.
I should make you roll a bluff for that. I'm so sorry.
It's a long tradition of us all using each other's names, but you think like the 30-second pause before saying it would have given it away.
Of course, that one you roll a fucking 13, but yeah, you get through with that.
I'll leave and then I'll make my way to Percival.
Oh, by this point, Percival is heading back to the tent, I assume.
Yeah, I think so. I've exhausted most of my angles right now, and I'm not sure where to go next. So I'll just head home and get some rest first.
You get to the tent first, and you see a body that's in the tent. Roll a perception.
Let's do it. My favorite roll, 11. Hey, it's above 10 this time.
You think it could be Marius sleeping? You're not sure.
I'll go over and check. It's like, Marius, this is my tent. You have your own. Get
As
out of
you-
here.
As you go over, you notice it is a dwarf with their throat slit.
Of course it is. Why my tent? And which one was it again? Just to be clear.
Well, you don't know who this is because you never really talked to them. But the name is Eldrick.
Okay. So not one of the named ones that really mattered before, I think.
No.
Well, it did to us 3 kids.
Yeah. Yes, our kids, yeah.
His wife and mistress, like they're gonna mourn.
Right. Well, for one, someone got blood all over my bed now. 2, I have to figure out what to do with this body. Someone's gone ahead and stashed it here. Is there any indication of where this may have come from, or did someone stab it while in my tent?
Roll a investigation.
That would be more perception.
Could be communication. Actually, no, not in this case. Oh God, what would it be? Or is it perception?
The only other thing I could think would be cunning.
Hold on, I'm checking.
It's all good.
It's a perception again. We'll do perception searching.
Let's go. 8.
Nah, it's like fucking. It's been a night. That's all you're thinking at this point.
Yeah. I mean, if there's like a big obvious blood trail, then there's a big obvious blood trail.
There is not.
Huh. So maybe someone actually did it in this tent, in which case... Why? That's weird.
Eventually, Marius comes back.
Marius, it appears someone's been killed.
Yes, dead dwarf. Let's go.
Let's go. What do you mean?
We're being framed. There's a dead body in our tent. Explosion happened. Lots of people around. Purifiers. Being framed. Let's go.
You're so paranoid all of a sudden.
Go where? This is where the tournament is.
Anywhere. Let's leave. Let's
Look,
just
if we just go
go.
explain ourselves, then we can
They don't
clear this
care.
up.
I'm gonna be tortured. I'm gonna be thrown in a prison and killed. And
Marius, what is going on with you?
did you hear the crowd? It's quirkable again, and I'm the mage this time. That's gonna be strung up and killed.
Did you cause all of this? And literally, like, grabbing you. Did you do this?
Yes, I did this as I was planning to kill everyone, all the Dementors. I planted a bomb secretly and destroyed a whole city block for no reason.